I got the answers that I need, got the scholarship, selected the one that I wanted. And that period was also preparing me for the UK because the UK is brutal. It's brutal. The UK is brutal, man. Like, if you're not strong in this country, you just go cocoa.
Hi everyone, my name is Ojotule Grace, and I bring to you Gems of Liverpool. Gems of Liverpool is a podcast series that will be celebrating the people of Liverpool, the people who make this beautiful city what it truly is. It really is arts and culture that is told through human stories. We're going to be having different guests, people sharing their resilience, sharing their journeys of setbacks and how they came back again. Our first guest is Solace Ojotule, who is an amazing young woman from Nigeria, moved into the UK a few years back and has now found a home in Liverpool. Hers is a story of hard work, resilience, and authenticity. I hope you enjoy the conversation. Thank you.
Hi, just a little while.
So you're welcome to Gems of Liverpool. So Gems of Liverpool is really about celebrating the people of Liverpool.
Okay.
When we talk about Liverpool, we're not just talking about the city. It's the people that actually make the city. And it's like spotlighting those who have given to Liverpool and Liverpool has also given to them. People, who have stories of resilience, hard work, people who are just doing great things. And you happen to be our first guest
Wow.
on Gems of Liverpool. So thank you so much for honoring the invitation.
Thank you for having me. I mean, I've just been maybe a little over a year in Liverpool, so being Gems of Liverpool, that's a big name to do it. Well, that's all right.
Yeah, but your story is really remarkable, from scholarship to visa rejections. It's a story of resilience, and I thought that it would be really amazing to spotlight someone like you.
Oh,
so thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just get into it. Just tell us a little about yourself. Tell us about the journey into Liverpool.
Okay. When you say tell us about yourself, maybe I'm going to start telling you from. But okay, journey to Liverpool. Well, maybe I just start with coming to the UK. As you can see, I'm a Nigerian. My accent says so before I speak. So in 2021, I came from Nigeria to the UK, and I came as a student. After my studies was over, I got a job in London. And then, I should not forget to mention that I came to the UK on a fully funded scholarship by the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship. I studied at the University of Edinburgh. I did a master's in African and International Development. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, when it comes to this country, you think about, okay, what next? What do I do? Do I want to go back? Don't want to go back? Do I want to chase something here? Do I want to get some experience here? So during my course of studies, I was really excited to be in the UK. You can know what it means. Mm-hmm. Like, really, I came here.
Fully funded scholarship.
Fully funded. I'm not paid. Yeah. I really explored, maximized my time at Edinburgh. This was really good. So while I was still studying, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pursue to get a job here and see what I can bring out of that. So after studies, I got an internship. Let me also forget to mention that when I was in Nigeria, I was doing social media and everything that is service basically. So with that one, I knew I could transition back into being a communications officer in the UK. I did my research. I said that this is something I can really do here.
Careful.
So from there, I did an internship, worked as a communications officer for the Edinburgh Earth Initiative, which is the Climate Change Institute of the University of Edinburgh. Mm-hmm. Worked on COP27 campaign. And from there, I got a full-time job came to London. I worked for a charity. And from there, I lost my sponsorship and I lost the job, and I was under pressure again.
Yeah.
Just when I thought that I'm settled already, and then I had to go through that very fast moment. And thankfully, I was able to get a job, and that was what brought me to Liverpool, which I am very grateful for. Like, I didn't know I could say, "Oh God, thank you for making me lose my job." Like, have you imagined yourself saying that? Because when I was going through that, I was very frustrated that I lost my job. But at this point, I'm like, yeah, thank you, God, for allowing me to lose my job, because I would only be here. And trust me, just it's wonderful, except that it's cold. I don't be like that.
Amazing.
Thank you.
There's so many things that I'm picking from your story. I feel like you're someone who you've handled rejection a couple of times. I've seen, I mean, it's very easy to tell that you're a very bubbly, happy person. Yesterday, we saw a group of people together and you were just meeting them for the first time and you were hugging them, you were smiling. So it's your personality. How have you been able to handle rejections in such a way that it doesn't get to you? Because I know that before you got a fully funded scholarship, you would have gotten some rejection.
Several rejection.
Yes. And then before you landed the job in London, you probably got a lot of rejection. Now you get the job with the sponsorship, thinking, oh, my settlement here is great. And then you now get another rejection that puts you in panic mode.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to navigate through that rejection and still show up as this your beautiful, bubbly personality?
Honestly, I think that my very first approach to handling rejection is, okay, so what's the plan B if I don't continue to do that? Say I want something and I'm not getting it and I'm getting rejection. I'm like, okay, what's the plan B? I don't have a plan B. So I have to stick to plan A and continue to get the rejection until it works. So like when I was in Nigeria and I just finished NYSC, you know how Nigeria is. I don't come from riches. In fact, I don't even come from middle class. Look for what's lower than middle class. That's where I come from. Maybe a lot of people in Nigeria say, oh, while I was growing up, there was never a day where they have to chase me away from school.
Yeah.
My father will always pay the school fees first day of school. That can be the story for many Nigerians. I'm coming from the background where I was chased out from school a lot. I missed an entire 4 weeks of my first term in GSS1 because of school fees, because my mom didn't have any money to pay for my education. And because I lost my dad when I was very young, so it was basically my mom with 5 children battling it out. So I have faced poverty. I've faced the lowest of the lowest of the lowest. So when I'm striving, when I'm chasing something, there is a reason I'm chasing that thing. And that's because I don't want to repeat of like my childhood, the struggles and everything. I'm like, I'm an adult now. I can put myself in the place that I want.
Yeah.
And what I can do is to work towards that thing. So when the option of applying for scholarship, I wanted to pursue a master's. There's no money for me to do that, obviously. The only option is for me to chase a scholarship. So if I don't chase that scholarship, what's the plan B? The plan B probably for someone that has money would be, the plan B would that my dad will sponsor me or my mom will sponsor me. But I don't have that kind of say. So I have to stick to plan A. So when the rejections are coming, well, keep coming. Because you're human, it will affect you. Like, why am I not doing right? But that don't stop me at all. I'll continue to apply. Before I got my scholarship, I got more than 10, 15 rejections.
Wow.
And once I got scholarship is, if you don't get it this year, you have to wait till next year. Job, if you don't get this one, there's another one coming up in next month. So, and I battled that out, did several applications, got so many rejections, but it didn't stop me. I looked for way, research. I research a lot. Wherever I put my mind to, I do them. I look for information. In fact, the difference between me and any other person would be that I do not joke with information. Like, if I have the money, I'll pay for that information. Information has set me apart from like, it has made me everything that I am. So I don't joke with looking for information. So Even when, like, in Nigeria, where you don't have good internet and all, I still make sure I found information. That's how I found scholarship.
Mastercard,
Yeah, I found scholarship, but I've not even known anybody that have gotten the scholarship. It was researching that now helps me to connect with people that have actually gotten it. So yeah, got several rejections, kept applying. 2019, I applied, nothing happened. 2020, I applied, and that was towards the beginning of 2021. I got the answers that I need, got to scholarship, selected the one that I wanted. And that period was also preparing me for the UK because the UK is brutal. It's brutal. The UK is brutal, man. Like, if you're not strong in this country, you just go cocoa. Before I came here, the only rejections I faced was like scholarships and all. I pride myself in being a brilliant girl. I pride myself in being an extrovert, bubbly person, and I pride myself in going to an interview and killing it.
Yeah.
So every job I've applied for in Nigeria, I've gotten it by merit, and every job I've applied, every interview I've done before I came to the UK, I'd always gotten that thing. Even when I did my scholarship interview.
Yeah.
So when I came to the UK and I did one interview, no, rejected. Second interview, rejected. Third interview, rejected. I said, okay, maybe this one needs other ways of doing it. And then, well, I got through those rejections, researched how to make it better, and always come out on the other side. So yeah, rejections are painful because you're human. It affects you. I remember one rejection that I got. I almost, in fact, maybe I cried because I've done first stage, second stage, third stage.
Wow.
You showed me tour of the office. You've given me like, I'm going to resume working there. And then I don't know why they do that. They don't consider people's mental health when they do that. Like, you give somebody a tour of an office when you know you're not going to give them that job. Yeah, so it will definitely pain you, but always wake up and continue, except you have a plan B. If you have a plan B, I mean, it's okay to quit. But if there's no plan B and plan A is the only way, say you need a job, with sponsorship, and have somebody that's promising it to you as plan B, why not go for plan B? If there's no one promising it to you, plan A would be that you keep applying until you get it, which is where I belong to. So yeah, I don't lose by applying.
Amazing. The fact that you're not able to let those rejections, you're not internalizing them, that is something that I have to learn, that a lot of us have to learn. Because, when you start talking about the interviews, I would also get interviews and not get it. And I would be so bummed, especially if I thought like, oh, I killed that interview. So first of all, there's the hunger and thirst that you have for knowledge and information. There is the hard work that I'm seeing. There is what's the plan? I don't have any other plan, so I just keep going. And I just think that is remarkable. Where do you think that came from? Do you think it came from, a parent or just your background, like you said?
I would say it came from my background. If you come from a striving background like me into this world, honestly,
like resilience.
Yeah, that is it. You literally used it to grow. I saw a post on Instagram a few days ago, and like children had jerry cans lined up from here to like the end of that road, and they were seated there waiting to fetch water. And the person said that if you experience this as a child, the patience you have in the world, the resilience you have in the world, is out of this place. And I resonate with that because that was my life growing up. Like, we go to the stream to fetch water. Water is dripping from one pipe, and the jerry cans, these Nigerian jerry cans, are lined up to be like 50 jerry cans, and you are like number 50, and these are your states. And then they move them forward, you go forward. You move it forward, you spend 3 hours in the stream waiting to fetch water. Water that finish that day when you bring it home. So if you grow up in that kind of this, you know that there's only one way. So I think that coming from a background where I didn't have a lot, it's really shaped me, because every day in my life I look at reasons why I shouldn't remain there. There's no reason I should remain like this. I mean, so yeah, that kind of gave me that resilience and that idea that I don't have a plan B and I'm not privileged. So I mean, Yeah.
So you are now, so.
I am. I'm not. At all.
So I'm looking at your story. I don't know if you're seeing like there's almost like a theme that's running through your story where it's almost like there'll be like a setback, but that setback is almost like a setup for a comeback that is hard. Because you just said now that you got, after many rejections, scholarship rejections, you got 2 fully funded scholarships. That's not something that happens regularly.
Yeah.
And then you now come to the UK, you finish your master's, you get a job, and then you get a sponsorship like visa. Oh, hallelujah, glory to God. Now they revoke that, and then you get 2 sponsorships.
Yeah.
I feel like those things that are happening is not just random.
Yeah.
And I feel like, God is using your life to tell a story. But really about, still speaking of hard work, because I have to talk about it. I know that when your visa was revoked, you decided to come to, talk about it. You didn't shy away from it. There are many things about you that really baffle me. Like when things like that happen, you want to cover it. You want to be like, because it can be shameful. Like you're doubting yourself. It's like failure and rejection in front of the world. But you decided to come. So 2 questions. What made you come online with it and be public about it? And number 2, I know that before you got those 2 visa sponsorships, I think one was in Leicester and one was in Liverpool. See, I'm referring you.
Yeah.
And you had said that you had done about maybe 100, 200. How many applications did you put in before you got to 80? Okay. But like, it was within a very short period of time and you were doing it back to back.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what made you come online and, share your story. And also talk, especially a story where people would have tried to come back. Because people even think, maybe if you bring it out, it's not going to work, bad eye and all these things. But you decided to bring it. And talk to us about the hard work that is being put into like making what you want come true.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so there are a lot of things in like our culture as well as the world that when I think about it, I feel like it's not doing us any good. For example, something is happening to you. We've cultivated like this culture of shame where people feel like they're disgraced when they don't achieve certain things at a certain age, and they are depressed and they're not talking about it. So we have that kind of culture, and if there's anything I've been doing over the last years is to critically look at things and say, how does this benefit me? Like, how did this come to be? If there's no genuine reason as to why it come to be, I will not conform to like that kind of thing. So I don't know if you understand. I've been trying to like separate myself from things that logically doesn't make sense, but I've become like a kind of pursue a norm in the world.
This is how we do it.
That's why this is how we do it, kind of thing. So when I got the rejection, definitely like I was down. I was shocked. I didn't prepare for it. Like there are some things you see coming, but that year I've given a lot to the organization. I've worked, like I even work overtime. When you're working from home, sometimes you have tendency to work overtime. You just go to your desk and working. I remember days that I slept like, because we had like a deadline and I'll have to like stay up to like 3 a.m.
Wow.
Like editing video, creating the magazine for like an anniversary we're doing. So I've really worked very hard that year. So and I was really praised, that kind of thing. So I wasn't expecting it. Then I came from I took a leave and I came from leave, and when I resumed, they're like, oh, the HR sent me the chief executive would like to like have a conversation with me. They're like, okay, this conversation, like an organization don't say, oh, come and have a conversation with me about any other thing rather than 2 things. Either your job is coming to an end or you're going to get a promotion. That you like wondering how did I record it? Because that's like the first thing that'll come to my mind. Okay, if this is a promotion, I'll catch on my wing. And if this is a rejection, well, that's the way it is. But it's just have 2 possible outcome. So went into the meeting, they told me like they had like financial issues and they were not going to be able to renew my contract because the organization wasn't in a good position and they can't pay my salary anymore. Wow, that came as a shock. I didn't expect it because they just giving me skilled worker visa. I've never even done 1 year on the skilled worker visa they gave me before this came up. So, well, I took it. Definitely, I was done. What next? What am I going to do? I don't want to lose the years I've spent on my skilled worker visa because once you lose this and you switch to any other visa, so then visa starts again. So, I was down, and the first instinct, of course, would be for what are people going to say? You know, people at home, so you went to the UK, tell everyone, oh, you are back at home. You know, that kind of way. That's like the first thing which isn't supposed to be so. Like you're going through something, you've not even like processed it, you are not putting yourself into consideration like this thing that
pressure from
there's this idea that, oh, what are people going to say about me? But that's like the least thing someone should be careful about, like what are people going to say about me? So instead of shying away from it and covering it, and I believe in telling my story a lot, and that's why like I don't shy away from telling my poverty story. I don't shy away from telling my background story. I don't feel that I have the money online that I don't have and things like that. Those kind of things doesn't conform with who I am. I'm very open about being true to myself, and I didn't see that it's true to myself. It's not like, oh, you see this person here, you can't recognize the person that you saw here. So that's why I decided to like share it online. And I'm like, yeah, if this period, I mean, if I share it, definitely some people will be happy. If they don't like me, but everybody, of course, you don't expect everybody to like you. But definitely there are people who will be there, who God had even put in your way to help you solve that kind of thing. And that's why I summoned the courage to post it. And when I posted it, it was, in fact, there was no mixed reaction about it. It was all positive. A lot of people had, oh, so you're so brave. Oh, look at this link. Oh, I have this in my position. I can refer you. Although all of that didn't work out, I got the job that I applied by myself. But at least like that willingness to help, a lot of people taking courage. In fact, I created like a WhatsApp community of 1,200 and something people now that are like in the same situation. We had several meetings. People who have been dying silently who didn't want to come out. But because of that, they came out, we created a group, we cried together online. And it was all positive. So I really don't regret it. Saying know that this era of like internet make people to like create a fake version of being constantly happy. But life is not constantly. It's strategy and comedy and a big support. So yeah, that's why I decided to do it, and I'm glad I did it.
I'm so glad that you did it as well, because I've benefited from some of the communities that you have created. And I think one thing that people really love about you, I'm speaking for myself, you're very relatable. You're also very authentic. Like it's very clear that this person is not trying to be who she's not. You're staying true to yourself. And I think that's why like things are falling in place, because it's very stressful to try and be who you're not.
It's stressful,
You know, I mean, you have to constantly act and perform. And even with your content, I say how easy it is for you. Something has happened, you can put it up. You're not overthinking. You're just showing up as you're not thinking, oh, I never can get the latest designer bag and wear it. And maybe I need to just do my makeup in a certain way. You're just coming up as your real authentic self. And that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about Liverpool now. I mean, our beautiful city.
Yeah.
Let's say this way. What was your first impression when you came to Liverpool? Were you scared? Knowing you'd have probably done your research. So was it a case of what I ordered was what I got? What was your first impression? Let's say like the first week, 2 weeks.
The first day I came to Liverpool, I was like, wow. Yeah, I mean, if you're walking in this city right now, you can just be, you'll be used to the architecture, the buildings and everything. Yeah. But the first day I landed here, I was like, wow. St. George Hall. It looks familiar now. I'm looking up, but
Okay.
when I saw that, what a building!
Yes. Yes.
It was very interesting. I saw the town hall, the Cunard building.
Yep.
That I go in and go out now, and it's like nothing. When I saw, I'm like, so this is the place I'm coming to work. Yeah, Liverpool is gorgeous, honestly. The architecture, amazing. The water side is amazing. And another thing I noticed, coming from London, where some area is like jabakeda, and some like I'm not saying like some area is like glittered, and people don't really take care of the place. People don't, want to pick up after themselves. You're walking in the park and there's like dog poo on the road, especially in London. Like that's something I battle with. I don't want to be looking down when I'm walking.
Yeah.
I came to Liverpool and the first thing I noticed was like, oh, what a clean! Like it was so clean. I was walking for like 1 month. I didn't see one dog poo. I'm like, Then I saw a sign because after no baby, this is yeah. So when I was coming to Liverpool, I didn't do any research, honestly. Okay. I would have done my research. I mean, when I got the job was like a motivating factor.
Yeah.
When I got the job, like, oh, that is nice. I just checked distance from London to Liverpool. Oh, okay. It's a bit far, but it's still fine in terms of like me moving. That's like what I was planning. And then I said, okay, so when they called me and they called me in to like get my certificate of sponsorship and everything that I need before I move, that was like the first day I landed here, and I loved it. I stayed at that waterside for a long time.
Wow.
And so I mean, if I didn't order, God ordered it for me, and it was perfect.
Wow. So you don't regret choosing Liverpool over Leicester?
Not at all. Not at all. Liverpool, although I try to like do the comparison of both, I think one thing that's attractive about Liverpool is that it's like centralized. There's Manchester here, there's Birmingham here, there's Wolverhampton here, there's Leeds City here, there's Cheshire, and
even to London.
Even to London. So it's like center. You can always connect everywhere you want to go in 1 hour, 2 hours. So airport here, so it's centralized, and it's calm, which Manchester is like very busy. Leicester is a bit less busy, but Liverpool is like a mix of good, calm, possible word. Yeah.
My dad loves it here. He loved it here when he came. Yeah. Because people would usually, when people come, everybody goes to London. And it was like it's such a relaxed, chill space.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was really happy. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about Liverpool? And let's talk about the people of Liverpool. As someone who's just coming here, you said you've spent about 1 year. Yeah. How has the experience been? Would you say that they are friendly? Would you say that they are hostile? Compared to maybe where you're coming from?
Compared to London, when you give a shit about you. Nah, Liverpool it's a community. It's the people are lovely. Like they are really very friendly, and I think your experience starts with like where the people you meet every day that you work with, and then transferred into like the city for you every day. And like when I came in immediately, I'm like, how can these people be this nice? I remember my manager bought tickets, took us to concerts, went to go and dance, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow. So, I really loved it. The people were nice from work. Everybody was already warm and nice. And then in the city, you can be standing and someone say, oh, are you lost? I went to Leeds a few days ago and I was like, this looks like Liverpool. But just standing for like 2 minutes and somebody's already asking us if we are lost, if we need help. So that's how people are here. They're very friendly. They're always willing to help. And I work with community organizations a lot. There's like one lunch going on here where you can have free tea and free biscuits. There's one event in the library this time. There's always things to, if you are somebody who wants things to do, the local groups and local things to do. London is too wide, it's too big. So that community is, I don't know, maybe the council, they have boroughs. And those boroughs, I don't think they're doing enough to really make people feel like, I don't even think they do anything. If they do, their comms have not reached me, but I hope my comms is reaching people. But yeah, Liverpool is really, really funny. People are lovely.
Yeah. Amazing. So what would you say is like your something you don't really like about Liverpool?
No, I haven't thought about it. It's okay, the weather. Yeah.
Weather.
It's really cold. For example, if we are in London now, you don't even think
You don't
about wearing
even-
jackets anymore. This time it's summer, but Liverpool is so cold, man. Hi, this
Compared to
winter,
Edinburgh though, where you're coming from.
Liverpool and Edinburgh is like the same. Almost the same. I'm telling you, the rains, it has like 4 weather in a day, winter, summer, everything in a day. So Edinburgh, but that's only it rains all the time. There's sun, there's hail. You see, one day I stepped out of the office to buy a meal deal from Tesco. When I was coming, it was sunny. When I was going back, it was hailing. When I was coming back, it was raining.
How did you happen today? Like, it's so confused.
Yeah.
You say the weather is bipolar.
So yeah, the weather is crazy. It's so cold. It's like we only have summer in 3 days.
Yeah.
All through last 2 weeks you can wear wherever you want. Like if you have a jacket, you are okay. Few days ago, I wanted to go out. Alexa, what's the temperature? Alexa said it's 30 degrees. I said it's not possible. I did not listen to Alexa. I did not wear like a dress to work. I came out. I said I'm too late to go back to go and change. I didn't even carry my sweater. I just carried like a jacket. The jacket I was even looking for was more flimsy than the one I took. Thank God for my life. It was so cold, windy, and rain. And now we're back to winter or what? Yeah, but I mean, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. So you have to choose what you want. You have to exchange weather for people.
Yes, I think that's why once the weather is great, I don't know if you've noticed, if you go to city center, it's like 1 billion people.
Exactly.
Everybody's coming outside. Like, now that the weather is great, let me just come out and bask
just come out. Exactly.
I wanted to see if you know there's some Liverpool slangs. I don't know if you've picked up a few. What is tada? Tada.
I don't know any slangs.
Tada, okay.
I don't know any slangs, but we can try.
Okay. What about that's boss? What does that mean? Okay. What about so that's boss means that's wonderful. That's sharp. That's
okay.
Tada is when you're talking with someone who is like a scouser, for example, the way they say bye, they say tada.
Oh, my colleagues that can make me pick. I don't have. It's my colleagues that make me pick this up. And now, okay, I have a mix of like well, most of them live in Liverpool, but their accent is different. It shows they're not. Maybe they came from or studied in other parts of London, Birmingham, different places before they came to Liverpool. So a lot of them will be speaking like Scouse accent, but we have like few, like 2, 3 that they are Scouse accents. Like yes.
But you're surprised though, because I remember when I came, I'm like, what are these people? This is not English. I was like, this is not English. This is like another dialect of English.
I wasn't surprised because I was coming from Edinburgh and I've experienced Scottish accent.
Fair enough.
As well.
Fair enough. So it was just easy to That's amazing. What's something that you want to give? Because I feel like, okay, so Liverpool has given you community from what you've said.
Yeah.
It's giving you like a job. It's like home now, you would say. Do you see yourself moving anytime? So this is home for now.
This is home for now.
No reason. So what have you given back to Liverpool in return? I know we've already mentioned some of it before. You're doing with, work here, and your work really has impact, as a communications officer, and reaching the residents and just spreading that light and love and helping and connecting more with people. So is there anything else that you'd say that you're giving or you want to give back to Liverpool?
Yeah. Aside the work that I do, which connects me to a lot of amazing organizations to see the amazing things they're doing and for me to tell their stories. I think one thing I want to do, I set out 2 things I want to do this year. So I do have like 5 days of volunteering. You should have it to check if you have it. The council has like up to 5 days of volunteering if you want to volunteer for a community organization. So I didn't use it last year because it will always be concealed. I didn't use it last year, but actually a new year, so maybe I should use it. So I'm thinking 2 things. I really love like elderly British people a lot. They are so like I just love them.
I actually do love
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So I'm looking for an opportunity to either volunteer to spend time with like elderly people
Okay.
who need like somebody to talk to or who need a new face to talk to, basically. So because I always imagine like I am a deep thinker, which sometimes is not good. So I sometimes think about end of life, like growing old and seeing yourself through that transition and what it actually means. And because we'll be experiencing it in a few years, you know. So I always think I read about like elderly people that would not even talk to a lot of people in a week. And what since I read about that, I said, okay, that's something I'd love to do. I'd love to volunteer, go talk to like an elderly person, do something fun, nice with them, make somebody gist them about my country. They should tell me about like their time or things like that. So that's something I would love to do.
Okay.
Then another thing I would love to do would be to volunteer in their magistrate, like in a court.
Okay.
Yeah. So I saw online that you could possibly do that. Like you could volunteer to like do it's not like is jury it's like jury duty. So when you get to, like see a case, you volunteer to like go through a case and all. And this is because I have like when I was growing up I thought I was gonna be a lawyer and I ended up not being a lawyer. But I love what I do. I said, oh, it's not that bad. Like still, since it's something I love, and I know I could. If the city could use someone to go through a case, why not use the opportunity to to do that? So that's something that I would love to do. That's what.
Amazing. That sounds, I've not actually thought about some of these things that you're saying, especially with the volunteering, the 5 days that we have. So I'll probably check that as well.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we're getting closer to the end. I just want you to speak to someone who is probably going through a rejection phase or someone who is in the middle of a transition and they're very unsure, or speak to maybe someone who came to the UK for their masters and they're not sure about jobs and settlements. They don't want to go back home for now. What would you tell them if there's one thing that has really, really worked for you and you want to just speak to that person? What would you say to them?
Okay, if I'm to tell someone who's going through rejection, I would say don't give up. It might look cliche, but it's the truth. Like if you don't give up, something can or something will work out for you. And I'm not just saying don't give up blindly. Then keep doing applications like you clearly know you need help and you wouldn't seek help. You just keep doing, like if you keep doing the things that you do,
you keep getting the same result.
Exactly. Yeah. So as I'm saying, don't give up. I don't mean that just continue to do like what you're doing without. So sometimes you need help. It's not it's a bad thing to seek for help. You see people that you think knows better than you, try to seek those help. If you think that if you see some resources that you think will benefit you, and you need to invest in them. And this is made also because there are a lot of courses that are advertised everywhere. So be careful of that. But I'm saying that if you see something actually you think you're going to get a value from, I'm not always scared to invest my money where I think is going to get value from, because all of them can materialize into what you're looking for. So starting life all over again in a new country, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Like, just like I was joking, everything that I know about Nigeria, that's everything they know about their country. Do you know the million things? Like, I mean anecdotal things, like things I'll blink and you will know.
Understand
exactly what I mean. So it's not easy to like dump your life, then you come here again and start learning like blink, like all the non-verbal communication that makes up something. It is not easy, and some of us, we are just too hard on ourselves. We do not sit to pause and recognize that this is actually difficult.
The life shift.
I was making a joke about not dreaming about Nigeria. You know that I didn't dream about Nigeria because that's where my brain has always known, like all my childhood and everything. My brain does not know the UK. So we don't give ourselves credit enough that we are starting over, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. The same way that if you drop like someone from the UK into Nigeria now and they want to get a job and they want to start a business, do you know what they will go through? They will surely need someone to say, okay, this is how it's doing. That's just it. There's no superhuman here. Take another person and drop it to your country. They will struggle as well. So just have that grace, for like give yourself that grace to be able to fail, make mistakes, bounce back and learn from them. And wherever, like, that's something I've always learned from, like, all the mistakes I've made in this country. I've always learned from them. So always learn from those mistakes, give yourself grace, and trust me, if you don't give up, if you continue doing what you're doing, you seek for help when you need it, self-development, read, seek information, your life is gonna turn around. And certainly what you're looking for, you're going to get it exactly. So yeah, I would say don't give up. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much
for having me.
So this has been really, honestly, you're one woman that inspires me. You are audacious. You are resilient.
Thank you.
You don't hoard information. I know that there have been times where, and I know it's not even just for me, like I could reach out to you and say, oh, please, do you know how I can do this or how I can get this? So people would, I don't know how you do it because I know that you're a very busy person. But even if it takes a couple of days for you to get back, and if you know that information or you know someone who knows, you are always someone who, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to plug you, do this. And I truly, truly appreciate that. I admire that.
Thank you so much.
And, I pray that, your lives will continue to fall in pleasant places. Liverpool has already been good to you, but you're going to be better. I pray that your name will be etched in the sands of time in Liverpool. And thank you for what you're doing, even for our community and helping other people, position them in places where their feet probably would never have entered, but you're just giving them that pass.
Thank you so much
for having me. I have a little gift.
Wait. Hey, are you serious? I was going to thank you for pushing yourself so hard to do this. Like this, having this idea, and you are also on that journey, also on that path, and this is like what you need. I love that you're doing it. It's going to give you all the experiences that you need, and having these ideas when you be like, oh, I still need this from this country, I still need that from this country. It's not easy, because one thing about this country is that time can be going and you not do what you want to do because you are chasing one, you are applying for one job, or you're doing something. So you taking a pause, relaxing, and say, yeah, I want to do this, even when all the atmosphere and all the condition isn't right. It is amazing. So well done. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So for coming on Gems of Liverpool, especially as our first guest.
Can you imagine?
Thank you for honoring. It's something small, but just accept with love.
When did you get money to go and be doing this? Better do it than you are going. This is cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I love mentors. I love it, especially that I don't eat as well. It's very good. Thank you so much. Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
How many guests you want to provide this for? Do your interview and go. This is cool.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you again. I've received two cards in 2 days. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. As me, I knew I'm going to get a mug. Like, now I bought my mug yesterday now.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Gems of Liverpool with Solace Ojotule, our first guest. If you enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to share this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as there will be more guests and we'll be showcasing the beautiful people of Liverpool who make this city what it truly is. Thank you so much, and catch you next time. Bye.